Welcome to A Little Birdie Told Me with rollercoaster.ie. On this week's podcast, I'm talking to broadcaster and mum of one, Alison Curtis. Sponsored by Aptamil Follow-On Milk. We believe that every feed is a gift. That's why we've dedicated over 50 years to breast milk research and created Aptamil Follow-On Milk. Aptamil Follow-On Milk, your life, our science. Breastfeeding is best. Follow-on milk should be used as part of a mixed diet from 6 months. Talk to a health professional.
So, on this episode of A Little Birdie Told Me, it's kind of a funny one. I did ask this season. So I had like my people that I wanted. And this lady I would have always wanted, but maybe not exactly for this podcast. Just always want to speak to her. But then I asked my followers, and I don't have as many followers as this lady, but the people that came back to me constantly said Carol Byrne. Carol Byrne, we all want her. Okay, what would you like her to talk about? Doesn't matter. I really loved her content with her son during COVID. I just really love her as a person. I'm really interested to hear about her parenting journey that she did. Some of it on her own, a lot of it on her own now as an adult. He's an adult. So Carol Byrne, who is an incredibly well-known content creator in this country, 300,000+ followers. She has an empire, but she's also one of the loveliest women in the industry. Welcome to the podcast.
What a nice introduction. Thank you so much.
Well, I just said to you there. I said that we had a few little random chats, which are always the best ones. I said Laura Birmingham, who's the beauty editor for one of our sites here, and I worked with you many years ago on a really small piece to camera. And you were one of the nicest women. We were like, she was sound, she was easygoing, she was flexible, adaptable, smart.
Well, thank you so much.
But it's just not often you work with someone who's chill. And then the other thing Carol just randomly said as I went out to the toilet is, I think I'd have another kid. No, not right now. With
Not
me,
right now,
with me, but like...
we were just chatting, obviously, like you've got two,
Yes.
6 and 2.
Yeah.
And obviously Connor's 22, so it feels that feels like a whole lifetime ago
Yeah,
for me,
of course it's a lifetime ago.
Literally a lifetime ago. It feels like a...
That's a marriage or that's a life.
A whole lifetime ago, you know? So sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'd probably be insane, in fairness. I'd probably regret it after 6 months, but sometimes I'm like, I probably would go again.
Oh my God, love. Even thinking about that for you would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but we'll see. Have to meet someone first, obviously.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to meet someone first. This is what it's all. Welcome to the podcast, right? You are, like I've said, influencer, content creator, ambassador for brands. Like you're just absolutely brilliant and you do it on your own, okay? But what did you think when I reached out to you asking you to come on? Which is, parenting is a loose word. We talk about lots of different things. Yeah. Women's health. We talk about mental health. We talk about... But what did you think when I asked you to be on a parenting podcast?
Like obviously I was absolutely chuffed to be asked, and it's such an honour to be asked because I've always been a big fan of you, and I'm not just saying that 'cause I'm sitting here, but you are just so sound in general.
Huge.
But
Thank
I
you.
was obviously a bit nervous as well, like because you're always just a bit nervous, speaking out, because I actually don't come on that much on my
Yes,
on my
you do many
stories.
podcasts.
Not really, no.
No.
Actually, I've done one before, but it was a very
What an honour.
it was a very jokey bit of crack.
Okay.
Like it wasn't actually, but I prefer this, like because it's easier to get into like.
But it's an intimate chat.
Exactly, it's an intimate
And
chat.
you don't
like,
do
so
much story chatting anymore?
No, I don't. Like, I don't actually come on, and I probably should do it a bit more. Like, but I definitely struggle a lot with anxiety myself. So I get very jittery if I come on talking, or I'm very conscious about what I say. You're afraid you're going to offend someone.
Are you
you're afraid
shy?
you're gonna say- I definitely am a bit of an
Yes.
introvert. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can see you are a shy, but just gorgeous, affable person. And so because of that, you've made a career out of it. But you are shy, right?
I'm definitely shy. Yeah, but like, funny enough though, with my friends, I'd be the polar opposite.
Oh,
Like, which is
really?
in like my small group of friends.
So you're the
if that
belle of the
makes
ball
sense.
when
But,
you're
like,
with them.
Yeah,
up for the crack.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
No,
So
I
in your comfort zone,
Yeah.
you're a big personality.
I wouldn't say big, but I'm definitely more outgoing than I probably come across, if that makes sense. But I'm also a bit of an introvert.
Do you
Like, I
drink?
Yeah.
So you go out and you'd have a drink or two? Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
So
God,
you're not
yes,
a,
absolutely.
go out and
no.
shop.
I think I'd have to be
Interesting.
tarnished.
I
So-
love Cara. Like she just goes to me there. We're talking about kids and holidays, and she's just back from a solo trip to Portugal.
Yeah.
And you were just like the cost of living or whatever. But you just said you'd such a ball. Do you do that
did.
often?
I do that every year.
For how long?
About 10 days. I'll go
Just
for 10
to
days.
shut down?
Just literally, like I'll stay up. I think I posted one reel that was already pre-recorded. Like, so I just stay off my phone.
What?
A few bits and pieces like on my stories.
As
like,
a
few
content
snippets, but,
creator
like,
who's got all these followers, you actually step
know.
back from your phone.
I know, but I have to.
No, it's brilliant.
Do you know, the thing is, I just touching on like anxiety and stuff. Like, I think the last 6 months, when you go and go, like I physically have been, like physically twitching, like muscles, nerves, everything in my legs. And I was like, actually physically have to just like come off my phone.
Stop it.
Because it does, sometimes you're on. And like the thing is, like with social media, it's like when you stop, then your engagement drops and then you get anxious. When you keep going, then you get anxious. It's like it just never stops.
There's no there's no midway point. You're not engaged enough, like you said, you're not getting the impressions or engagement or followers. But then you're overkill it and you have to fill the beast. You have to
Yeah,
keep,
exactly. Yeah.
there is no reality with it. Like either way, you're here, you're not.
100%.
Like you have to mind yourself.
You do have to mind yourself in
And
the
do
middle
you
of it all.
go and meet people and chat, or do you just zone out in sunbathe?
I 100% just zone out in sunbathe. Like, I mean, literally, I would go sunbathe all day, go up to a room, get some room service, and go to bed at 10 o'clock, read my book. And then that's it for like 9 days.
Do you Spotify it?
No, what do you mean Spotify?
Do you
Oh, the
listen
book?
to music?
Oh, no,
but do you listen
nothing.
to music? Do you podcast? No.
No, just read my books.
I
Like, I'll bring
love
like 4
this.
books and go away and just read. Because, like, as
Go
we
to
spoke
dinner
about
night on
earlier,
your
like,
own.
it's hard, like, with my mom and stuff. It's hard to actually, there's never a day where you're actually, where you can come home and just be like, right,
You
I'm
have
zoned out, like-
responsibilities. You have a
everybody
22-year-old,
does, you
yeah,
know,
and you've got a
everybody
mother
does.
who's unwell, which we'll
Yeah.
talk about in a second. But you slipped
But-
away. You got away. You'd
definitely.
organised yourself.
Yeah.
Did you feel when you came back rested?
I did, but like immediately you go back into it and you still feel a little bit like, you know, being brutally honest with you, I've actually thought about, and I've said this to girls in the agency, like
Stepping away.
not stepping away, but like I've thought about going back on medication because I was on medication years ago.
Okay.
For something called amitriptyline, and I spoke
What
about
is
this on my
that?
stories. It's like an anxiety medication, so I was
Just
on that
keeps
years ago.
everything chill.
Keeps me just from literally not, because it's very physical in me. Like if I get stressed, it definitely physically manifests
Can you
itself.
eat?
Like I can eat, but I'll get a rash, I'll be twitching, I'll be shaking, like so it'll be things like that, like it would just kind of physically manifest itself. So like the last while I'm like, maybe I'll just go back on it, like because I used to talk about it like years ago when I was on it. It helped me massively.
Why did you come off it?
Because I felt I was in a better place. Like I'd come out of a bad relationship when I went on it, and I just was just not in a good place, you know. So I went on it, I felt so much better, and then I was on it for 4 years, and I just kind of felt like I was doing good.
Yeah.
And I did, like, as much as I liked being on it and how much it helped me, I felt a bit groggy on it, if that makes sense.
Just not yourself.
Not kind of myself, yeah.
But
like,
it helped
I'd sleep for, like,
sanity-wise,
12
it
hours.
helped
It helped
you.
for sanity-wise, helped me physically. Like, I mean, there was times I'd get off the bus thinking I was fully blown having a heart attack. And even with those, like, chronic panic attacks.
Attack. Oh,
and
Carol.
I couldn't live with
Yeah.
those. Like, they were
Panic
just
attacks are horrendous.
horrendous.
I haven't had one in years, but I had very bad ones back in the day in the newsroom or when I'd
Yeah,
leave a
they're-
shift, and it would come out of nowhere and it would
They
be
come out of nowhere.
awful.
And it's so hard, like, because it just sounds so, oh, I had a panic attack. But, like,
No, it's
unless you experience it, it's actually a horrible thing to you really do feel like you're dying. You're like,
you
this is
think
it.
you're dying, you think everyone's talking about you, you think it's the end of the world.
It's horrible.
Nobody cares
absolutely
that much
horrible.
about you, but it's the
Yeah,
worst thing.
But that's the thing. Nobody actually does care about
No,
you.
nobody does.
Actually,
Really.
no one cares about you. Like, it's so true.
It's like when people talk about, oh, do you know what's doing my career? Everyone's talking about what everyone's doing in their careers. I'm like, no one really cares.
Yeah, no one cares.
Or, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I should leave him to be with
Yeah.
him, or nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And actually, it's quite self-indulgent to like think that everyone cares, and it's
It's
not
not
even
self-indulgent. It's a self-esteem. It's a
Yeah.
self-worth. It's a validation. We all do it. Not so many people don't do it on such an extreme level. And I think it's credible that you've admitted to being on medication for it. I remember working through my stuff through exercise and through other means. I'm not entirely sure I'm ever not going to be like anxious about certain things, but the panic attacks at least stopped, but they were crippling.
Yeah, they are
So I
crippling.
know, and I feel terrible for you that you say that that's something
Yeah.
that you. What was the medication called again?
Amitriptyline.
And so it's nothing to do with anti-depression, it's an anti-anxiety.
Anti-anxiety.
Oh, that's so
yeah.
interesting.
So it is. Like I would just wake up every day with a pain in my arm, pain in my chest, and it just was not going away. So eventually, I was like, oh, I just.
Did it manifest from your childhood, or is it to do with having to mind everyone, or is it to do with work?
My childhood, 100%. Yeah, definitely my childhood.
What was your childhood like?
It was fine, but there was definitely a lot of anxiety there for sure. Like without, talking too much about or saying bad things about
Yeah,
anyone,
yeah.
but there was definitely
We all
there
had tricky
was-
childhoods from
yeah,
that era,
like,
let's be
there was
honest.
Definitely some conflict, and that's my biggest thing is like, even if I'm on a night out and I hear, a raised voice, and I hear that'll like.
You have an aversion, you're
Yeah,
sensitive.
oh my God,
Same.
100%.
To
It will
confrontation,
literally,
raised
like,
voices,
yeah.
drama. Yeah.
It'll literally tense me up, and I'll
Carol.
immediately just.
Were your parents together?
Yeah.
They were. And we're big family, loads of siblings?
Yeah, I have 5 brothers and
Wow,
no sisters. So
I didn't
5
know
brothers.
that.
Yeah, and
Nuts.
So it was just my mom actually worked her whole life. My dad was at home.
Okay.
So my mom that was out working all the time. So
She worked really hard?
she worked really hard.
Did he raise you?
Yeah, but she was
Okay.
She was there for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, without her, we wouldn't have had anything, to be honest.
So she was the one working her balls.
100%.
What did she do?
Yeah, she was a project manager for Ericsson's
Wow.
for years and years. So she's traveled a lot as well. I remember
She's a
she's
smart
coaching,
lady.
yeah, she was amazing. She was, honestly. But
5 boys and you.
Yeah.
What were they like? Crazy? Fun?
they
Chill?
were crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Like obviously different personalities. Like my younger brother, who's almost like my older brother, like he's like 3 years younger, but he would be a quieter one, and then 2 of them were quite wild, so they were hard. 3 of them actually were probably quite wild. Yeah, they were hard to. And it's, you know, it was difficult for them. Like, it sounds, we lived in like a 3-bedroom house in a council estate, and my
Where
room
did
was
you grow
like
up in Dublin?
Shankill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Near where I'm living now. I'm in Enniskerry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Ratsala and Shankill where we grew up, and like they were all in one bedroom. Like
Oh
in bunk
God,
beds.
that's I mean that is nuts. Like
I was
and
like a
it's
queen in my own box room. I was like, this is luxury.
talking to Marissa Carter about her 7, 8 kids or whatever, and I was like, a witchy? And she's like, yeah, Mum just kept going. And I was like, what age did she have you? 7? It's just nuts to think about it. Because now we're like, I'm so tired from the 2.
That's it. Like, I'm like, how did
they
do
do
it?
it?
Honestly, I don't
But
know how
they
did
didn't
it.
do it well or
That's
easily.
it.
And that's not let's tear mum and dad
That's it.
apart. They didn't have the tools. They had their own
100%.
generational stuff, let's be honest.
So that's it in a nutshell.
And there's a lot of kids
Yeah.
and there's a ton of different personalities and issues. And there
Yeah.
you go. Let's shove them in a house, 3-bed house.
100%. Like, we're in a different
And expect
stage.
joy.
Yeah, exactly. Expect joy.
Do you know what I mean, though? Let's expect the Waltons. It just is really hard.
No, but that was like most of our generation. It really
Totally,
was. It
Carol.
was most of our
Any
generation.
woman I have who's
Yeah.
like 35 plus into their 50s. Now, not so much the older, because I've had even people in their 60s who are like, it's like really interesting childhood, blessed. I'm like, really? But that midway, that boom year in millennials, it was a tricky little sweet spot of stuff that hadn't been dealt with in your parents. And then the hangover of that. And then we're all trying to fix that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, they didn't know any better than
Of course they didn't.
themselves. They they were raised, you couldn't.
They weren't listening to
No.
parenting podcasts,
No.
Carol. Are you on, like...
Sure, they weren't even allowed to say how they felt. It was like, everything was
don't
just
have a feeling.
brushed
Don't
under the
change your life.
Like,
Don't
it's only for
improve
our
it.
generation, really, are probably the first that actually start talking.
And we're snowflakes because we're
Yeah.
like, I spoke to my kid about why she smacked me across the face, and my mum would be like, you witchy? I'm like, I talked to her about her feelings. She's like, well, maybe she's just a pain in the hole. You know, maybe she's a pain in the hole. I'm like, I don't think so. I think she's actually had a bad day and was
Maybe
like,
she's just an absolute asshole.
do you know what I mean? It's just so different. And
It is.
we have all these hangovers. Like, I do think we're all working through it. I don't think we'll ever fix it or so. I speak to
No.
my friends about this. I'm not sure we'll ever get through it. Therapy will never fix us.
Absolutely not. This is in us for life. Like, it's just instilled in you. That's the way we were raised, and that's just
Was it a
like,
hard
you know?
childhood or was there lots of crack?
No, there was lots of crack,
Okay,
to be
good,
fair.
yeah.
We had lots of crack.
Yeah.
Like, you know, having 5 brothers and friends, like, they were all so much fun, and they were all,
You're this
like, and
girl.
that humour as well. Like, you know, it was great to have that bit of
Bold humour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bold
yeah.
humour, like, for sure. Which is what I have, and that's why half the time, like, the thing that I used to post, like, I get in so much trouble for, it's like, you're not posting anymore. That's what actually made me stop coming on talking, because my humour would be quite.
But I
like,
love that about you, because you are a dolly. Like, you are the cutest, most beautiful. Like, you come on in an outfit, and I'm like, no one's gonna look nice in that. But okay, Carol, sell 50 of those. Like, you come on, I'm like, to be fair, no one has this figure or your face, and you're so gorgeous. But then what was so lovely was the dichotomy of that, because then you come on and talk shite or talk to your son, and you were so funny and witty, and,
Well,
and you
Connor
wanted to
we were
party with you, and you wanted to wear your clothes. So your agent is onto a winner there. You should talk more.
I probably should come on
You
and
should have
talk
a
more, but
podcast.
I'd actually love to a podcast.
You could do
but-
like 10 minutes. You could do like a little short, like, oh, look, I'm pitching. I
Yeah,
have
but
your
like,
agent.
like, I'm listening to you. Like, even I said there earlier, like, you did a story and you did it in what, 30 seconds?
But I don't overthink.
You didn't flinch.
Yeah, but that's
Whereas
all
I'm like,
that's all I
"Da,
do
da,
is
da."
broadcast crap. I'm not trying to sell any. I'm just talk.
I know, but you're
if you did
naturally
10
great,
minutes
you know.
every week, wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah, it would.
To talk about what your holes were, what brands you work with, funny things that happen in your people would die. People are obsessed with you.
Doesn't, like, sometimes you don't feel that. You're like, oh.
But I wonder, is
that
it that people can't get you, that they're kind of also like, you're doing your outfits and you look really gorgeous, and like, I just want to know her. Like, so something's giving them that bit of that.
I probably have to. I definitely do need to. And I did it so much.
You
in
did,
COVID. I was
yeah.
always on chatting, but I don't know. It just.
It's also exhausting though.
Yeah, it is. It is. Sorry.
You could do the Q&A
sorry.
boxes and answer those questions.
Yeah, I definitely do a bit of those. But even then, I do them. Like, I put a box of them and I won't answer them for like 2 weeks. It's terrible. It's really bad. But I definitely am. I made a pact to myself this year. I was like, no, just
More
start
engaging
coming on.
with the
Yeah, be
people.
more
yeah.
engaging.
More
and
engaging with the
just have the
fans.
crack and just with the fans.
With the fans. So you grew up in Shankill.
Yeah.
In a council house. Not all doom and gloom, but tricky times and good
Well,
times.
yeah, of course, yeah. Like everyone's childhood, you know, it's like we all bear our crosses, like from our
Totally.
childhood. We all do. And if, I don't like people who say, "Oh, I'm blessed and I have not an issue." I'm like, fair play to you, but
Yeah.
like
We're all
I can't relate to that
fucked
at all.
up. Yeah, like we're all.
I can't relate one bit to that actually.
And no, I can't relate to that at all. And then you sit there and you go, "No, me too, great childhood." And then you
Yeah,
start
me
to
too,
go,
me too. Pass
"No,
the Amish
yeah, no, it's pass the anxiety." I'm fucked up. Sorry, Barry's
Yeah.
fixing your mic because it's slipping away. It's because you're so softly spoken, and I just shout down the microphone. You get out, or you want to get out of the family. Okay, so we'll talk about your mum in a sec. But what happens? What are the steps? Do you go to college? Do you leave school? Do
No,
you
I
meet?
didn't go to college.
Go on.
I had Connor obviously very young. I had Connor at 19. And yeah, I just didn't.
So what, after you leaving cert?
About a year after.
Boyfriend, not boyfriend?
Yeah, no, and in fairness, his dad is still, like, has always been a part of our
Okay.
lives, and he's, honestly, I couldn't actually have asked for a better person to have.
Okay, so you were dating a guy or just having the crack with a guy?
No, we were together for 6 years.
Stop it.
7 years, yeah.
So you're in a
So he
relationship,
was-
madly in love, get pregnant.
Yeah.
Was that scary or were you delighted?
Oh my God, I was terrified.
Oh, you were
Absolutely
terrified.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I actually looked like a baby with a baby. Like, I looked so young.
But you look like a baby
I
now.
looked, no, but I literally looked, I think I looked for 14, like, so it was, and actually they treated me quite badly when I had Connor.
Who
'Cause
did?
It's funny, the hospitals didn't treat me very nicely. back
What
then.
year was this? What?
Like, you think that's only
What?
22 years ago, but actually there was a bit of a,
There was a judgy.
little bit of a judge of me still there.
For a 19-year-old woman, you weren't a baby.
Yeah. There was one night in the hospital when I had him.
Yeah.
There was one particular midwife, and she was like an older woman, and I was trying to breastfeed Connor, but he wouldn't latch. And I was obviously getting really stressed, and he was getting stressed, and had no idea what I was doing. But anyway, it was in the middle of the night, and she actually yelled at me and said, "This isn't about you anymore," because I was crying. She was like, "This isn't about you anymore. This is about him. You need to cop on to yourself." But I remember actually being traumatized.
You're dating this guy, you are madly in love, you're not planning to get pregnant, you get pregnant. That's a scary decision. You decide to keep the baby. I know that's super private, but you
No, of
decided
course,
to keep
yeah.
the baby.
Yeah.
Was that a big decision?
I mean, obviously the thoughts and the things were there, but no, I definitely did
You were
want
like,
to
I want
keep
to.
it, yeah.
Okay. Family supportive?
Oh, 100%.
Grant. You and your
100%.
partner, who we're not going to go into his, we want to absolutely respect people's privacy on this podcast, but you and your partner decide to go ahead and have this baby. How did you find at 19 being pregnant?
Do you know what the thing is? I actually often think back, I think I was so naive that I hadn't a clue what to expect.
Okay.
Which is nearly a blessing.
Yeah, it
in
is.
a way, because I went in so blind that I was
So you
like,
weren't reading all the
this is-
books, you weren't studying, you were
Exactly.
just being
And then,
pregnant with your...
Honestly, it's probably scary nowadays to be pregnant because there's so much information.
much.
It's too much.
It's too much. Everything's
I'd
too
say
much.
it's everything's so overwhelming. There's all these different
It's
things.
like
and-
every industry now. Everything's too much. We're bombarded. It's like bringing up your kid. It's like
Oh my
sometimes just follow
God,
your
it's
gut
like,
on your
exactly.
kid.
And know your own child as well. Like, it's like, just follow
Know
the-
your
what
pregnancy. Know your child. Don't
Yeah, like,
overanalyze.
sometimes I look at people, like, I'm like, oh my God, how'd you cope with all the information coming in and all these things you have to do and don't do and what you shouldn't do and all this. Whereas, like, when I had Connor, I was actually so naive that
Did you lose friends? Did you have friends?
I did lose friends, actually, yeah.
Wow.
Funny you say that, because I haven't thought about that in a long time, but yeah, I did
You
lose
lost friends.
Yeah.
Wow, horrendous.
Because
People
it was
are
very,
awful.
so immature, you know. It's like, I remember my 21st, we all had a blazing around because I had to go home early. And it was my 21st. But
like,
I remember they were like,
I have a fucking
"You'll
baby."
just-" I was like, what the fuck
I
am
had
gonna
a
do? Like,
cousin who had a baby youngish. I think it was 2020. I can't even remember the exact age. I just remember being so immensely proud of how she handled herself. She also subsequently got cancer, so she couldn't breastfeed, and there was a lot of trauma around that. She didn't stay with the partner, but he was present. But I do remember there just being less people around for the show, like just
Yeah.
less who were all very excited by her before that. And I just think it's just disgusting.
it is.
So you have Connor.
yes.
Traumatic birth or easy because you're super young and fit, or is that ignorant to
Oh
say?
no, I think it was actually kind of traumatic, to be honest. Well, not traumatic. I mean, I've heard some birth stories and they're absolutely horrific. So maybe comparison, but for me, it was just definitely not enjoyable. But he, like, I was in labour. I was in slow labour actually. Funny enough, the day. Is it too much information? Sorry, he's probably going to be like,
God,
this is-
no.
Sorry, he's going to be horrified. Now I say
Catherine
this.
Thomas, who was on a few weeks, talked about her vagina at length to the point where I was like, is this an internal examination? Like, I didn't know if I was her gynae or her pal or her podcast.
He's probably got earplugs in. He's probably like, oh, hell with this.
Barry is checked out. Barry's Netflixing it or speaking to someone. I wouldn't worry about what you say. This is a happy space.
So anyway,
you were so
Anna.
funny. Like the shit we've. Sorry, the fabulous pharmacist wears a vulva costume around Grafton Street and was upset she didn't bring it. I'm like, we're good. But thank you for
Actually, on
so
September
anything
11th,
you want.
September 11th, 2001, that day.
No way.
My mucus plug came away. So that's why I went in slow labour. Sorry.
The mucus plug thing is just, it's okay. He's going to Google that. The mucus plug thing is so scary because you're like, am I bleeding because the baby's not
so I
okay,
didn't
or
know.
am
So-
I, yeah.
So we went into the hospital that day. And
At least you knew what
they
that
were like,
was.
Completely. So they were like, oh, you're in slow labour. So they kept me
Oh,
in for like a day or two.
God.
But there was no budge. And then
no.
eventually on 20th September, 9 days later, he came. But it was...
Was he big or small, or what was
he?
he?
Was 7'2".
Okay, so he's very little.
Pretty
Yeah.
average, yeah.
Because he was
Yeah.
over was he over?
He was 2 weeks over. Yeah, he was 2 weeks over.
Gosh, so he would have
Yeah.
been tiny if he was,
Yeah, he would have been tiny, actually, yeah.
And
Now,
your
he's not the tallest
partner
guy
came
the world.
in?
Yeah.
He was good.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So you bring this baby home to your parents' 3-bed house in Shankill.
No, we had actually moved to Lincoln at that point, so there was 4 bedrooms. But
So you and him were your family had moved.
absolutely
Do you
chaotic.
think back and go, wow?
I remember being so overwhelmed because there was so many people. I actually remember being in the hospital and everyone coming in to visit me, and I remember thinking, everyone just get
This
the
is
fuck
so
out.
funny. This is like
Everyone
a
get
scene.
the hell out.
It's like a scene out of a Roddy Doyle film, isn't it? It's like you in the hospital, this gorgeous little thing, and you have your boyfriend, and you've had a baby, and like all your
Oh my
70
gosh,
brothers coming in, your
everybody. I was
parents.
like, everyone get the fuck out, just leave me alone.
And
then they
nowadays the rules are
I
so
actually-
strict. You can literally have no one, and I'm always
I
like,
haven't had
sorry.
this conversation in so many years. Like, as I'm
Sorry,
thinking
Carol,
back
I'm
to,
bringing
no,
it back. It's
Not
like
at all.
therapy.
Just bringing it back to all these years. But like, they bought me this big giant gorilla, like in Friends, they're, as my
It's so weird.
as my gift. I was like, why would you bring a big red boxing glove? This massive gorilla. I was like, why would you bring this
so weird.
gorilla?
I'd say I've loved
still have it,
watching
though. I
you
love it.
guys.
I love it,
It's like
actually.
a documentary. This is so funny. So are the brothers are some of the brothers excited to have a baby in the house, or is everyone a bit put out?
No, in fairness, I have to say they were absolutely fantastic. Like, they really were. They were all amazing. Like, I couldn't have done it without all of them, and that's the truth.
Aww.
And like, especially
That
my-
feels
my
like
brother
Connor was
Dennis
raised within a family. Oh,
Totally.
that's
Well,
really cute.
They're almost like his brothers in a way, because
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
raised
yeah.
in the same kind of, environment, whatever. But like, my brother Dennis was amazing. He was always just so, and to this day, he's actually the one that I'll always
go to. That's amazing.
for anything. Like, yeah.
So did you struggle with postpartum? Did you struggle with Connor? Did he sleep? Did you find everything a bit scary, or were you one
I
of
did,
those
but my
really
mom was
chill
fantastic,
mums?
like, because I would have done it without her either. Like, but she was so old school. She was just very much, let him cry it out.
Yeah.
Throw him in the cot, let him cry it out.
Yeah.
So that's what we used to do.
Go and have a rest.
Yeah, she was like, so we were just sitting outside the door. I was sitting outside the door, like, listening to her cry. She'd be like, you'll be fine. That's just a whinge. I'm like, he sounds quite traumatic to me, actually. But she's like, no, that's just a whinge.
That's again why we're all on anti-anxiety drugs, because our moms. I say to my mum now about my kids, Mum, do you remember if any of us cried? She's like, I haven't a clue. And I'm like, no, that's not what I asked you.
I was
And
downstairs,
she goes,
no
I don't remember anything, pet. It felt like a lung disease. I'm like, what felt like a lung disease? Me and you. That whole 20-year period is like I came out of a terrible terminal illness. I'm like, wow, what a rising, like.
Oh my God, that
and
is
she just
so
goes,
funny.
I don't remember if you cried. Now I do remember, pet, you were a good sleeper, and I'm like, as in you let me cry, as in I slept because you didn't hear me. And no wonder I am fucked up. Like,
Totally.
fucked. Like, I go
Honestly.
in, Simone flinches or moves in her cot. I'm like, ah, she's dead. And I'm like pounding down the steps to see if she's choked on a teddy bear. And she's not. She's fine. And Gia comes up to talk to me about her traumas throughout the day. And I'm like, sure, it's 3 a.m, but let's do this. What happened with your friend? And I mean, I think it's not a good.
For sure,
it's
let's
not
do
a
this,
good
no
method.
problem.
But I don't
If
know.
that was the door, we slam your face, like, get the hell out of here.
But then I don't know if your method. I mean, yeah. So your mom was great, was she?
No, she was fantastic.
Okay.
But like, she was very old school in that way. She's like, oh, he's fine, just let him cry. I'm like,
But
okay.
was he a chill? Do you remember if he was a chill baby, or have you blocked it out?
He actually was a pretty chill baby. He
Okay.
really was. Yeah, he was such a, still to this day, he's such a soft nature. Like,
He does. He seems to have a really
he's
lovely
a really,
soul.
really soft nature. Like, he's very witty, but like, he was always a chill baby in parents. He
Was your boyfriend working to kind of mind you guys, or was it hard because you were young? Was he also 19?
He was 23.
Okay, so he's a little bit older.
He was a little bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connor thinks that's absolutely bizarre. He's like, that's terrible.
Why?
Like, Connor's 4 years. He's like, no, that's
You
shocking.
need it. Sorry, they're all. Sorry, Connor, you're 22, mate. Like, old men, I don't know if they have any brains like this. Again, not being rude. You need someone at that age. I don't think that's gross at all. I think it'd be a bit different if you're 14 or 15. But you always needed a guy who's 3 or 4 years ahead of you, because they were so
But
silly.
again, I think that's that generation. I think they think there's a big age gap. It's like, because they're also like PC and, oh my God.
Yeah,
that's
there's a lot more
terrible.
PC.
Like,
yeah. No, you were like, no, you dated a guy a few years older because he
oh,
was
yeah.
nice to you. He
Yeah,
wasn't going to be an
he was-
asshole.
He was
My
so good
husband's
to me.
5 years older than me, and it was kind of like in your 20s, you didn't want the guy who was going to be an idiot.
No.
You wanted.
Oh my God, no.
So
No, and he's-
so was he hands-on dada?
Yes, very
He
much
was?
so. Even to this day, like, in fairness, there's never ever been, as I said, like, there was nobody that I could have said, I'm glad it was it. And he's been married now since Connor was 7 or 8.
How long after did you break up?
God, I was for about 3 years maybe.
Oh, so you had, okay, so
Yeah.
you had a bit of a life with Connor as a
Yeah.
couple,
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, not a long time, but
and then he moved on, you
And
moved
then he
on.
moved on, yeah.
Was that, Carol, and you can be honest about this, really hard because did you have a nuclear family, picket fence, you, Connor, and him riding off into the sunset? Did you find that, or was it better for everyone that happened?
no, like, I think, being brutally honest, it was kind of the opposite for me. I was so young that after I'd had Connor, I almost fell out of love.
Yeah.
It was like a switch that went off, and I don't know, but like he was my first love, you know. So it was like if I had met him maybe when I was 30, maybe it would have been different.
Brilliant,
but
yeah.
it just kind of went for me. Like I was at that stage where I was like, I kind of want to go out and see my friends.
But you also grew up really quickly. You had to grow up overnight.
Yeah, you do. You grow up overnight.
What you did, I've experienced at 32 or 37, which even now I feel like an absolute baby raising kids. And I'm not, I'm older. And like you did that when you were super young or fresh out of school. And so that love and that excitement, that lust and all of the great things, it does go because you're suddenly responsible for a human and you can't be that person.
And like,
That's
obviously
hard.
relationships go into, the spark goes and then you go into a different
Different
kind of
zone,
love. And
yeah,
a different,
yeah.
Whereas I wasn't ready for that different
And also you didn't
zone.
settle into that.
Exactly. I
No.
didn't settle into that. Like, so
Was that hard
it's-
for you both?
Yeah, it probably was hard. We definitely had a tricky, I suppose, first 2 years or whatever. But
How did you make it work? Because I presume, knowing you,
Well-
how you are, you wanted Connor to be the forefront.
yeah, 100%. Well, so did he.
So there was no nasty, like, who's going to
not
take
one
the...
bit.
Great.
Never. Like, I will say hands on my heart, never ever. And I'm so grateful for that this day because I hear so many horror stories that like
Horrible
horrible
stories.
and like such trauma to go through
Yeah.
like with someone
For the
that
kid, though.
Exactly. But no, he's a good man, and so is his wife. Like she's always been fantastic.
So you were
I
like,
could
you can
never-
have full access or you can have whatever this, we're going to work this
like,
out.
he lives around the corner, so it was very,
Great.
very easy. Like there was never an issue.
Did
with
you
either
feel
of
you
us.
could breathe then? You were like, the relationship effort and trying to make that work wasn't going to work?
Yeah.
Or did you feel, I'm now a single mother?
I definitely did feel that as well. I did. I think as I got older, I kind of realized, oh wow, I am a single mother. But it didn't really dawn
How
on
does that
me.
sit with you? I think you're amazing.
For
There's
a few
something
years,
about
not
women
good,
like you that
I'm
are
not gonna
amazing.
lie.
Why?
I don't know. I think because I felt there was a bit of a stigma. I think felt there was a bit of a
Societal?
yeah, a little bit.
Stop it.
I did it for a few years, yeah.
But he was
I did it for a
fully
few years.
involved. He hadn't walked out on
I
you
know,
guys. He
I
was the
know.
dad of the year. You were the mum. But you still felt
Yeah.
you were some single mom bringing up a...
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah, because you don't have the family unit, or you don't have the.
You didn't make it work.
You didn't do all these things. You don't have, I don't know, the 2.4, I don't know, situation. But like, yeah, I definitely did for a little while. So
Did
as I
it
got
affect
older,
your
you get older.
self-esteem with
Yeah,
everything?
definitely. Yeah. I definitely lost my self-esteem for a little while, but maybe a little bit probably still gone. But not because of that. I think that's just in you, like we were talking about before. But like, yeah, it's just, I think for a good 8 years, I probably felt, "Ooh, I'm a single mother. Yeah. But having said that, never in a million years, like he was the best thing that ever happened to me. To this day, he's the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't think I'd be me without Connor, if that makes sense. Like, we kind of grew up together in a way. Like,
That's
in
amazing. What a
way, like,
statement. You
we
grew
were
up
so-
together.
We kind of did. Because, you're so young. You're just like learning as you go too. Connor's probably taught me more.
What kind of mother were you, Carol?
Well, I hope a good one, first of all. But I would say definitely, like, we had a lot of fun. We used to go away on holidays together all the
Oh,
time.
I'd say you had
We a
so
lot of
much fun.
Like, we laughed all the time. Like, Connor and I have very
Aw.
similar humor. And so does his dad, in fairness. Like, he's very similar humor.
Did
to
you
his
go
dad.
away with his dad or not?
No.
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 So you did your own holidays?
We always did our own
Okay.
holidays, just the two of us. But sometimes my mum would come as well. But no, we had a lot of fun. Even now, like, he's the only person in my life that actually makes me heartily laugh. Like, he makes me heartily laugh because he's
That is
just
so cute.
hilarious. Like, he's so funny. But yeah.
Did you go on these holidays and like, because I'm speaking to people who are divorced or separated or have the nuclear family, did you go on the holidays with Connor? And I don't know whether you watched that brilliant Paul Mescal film last year. Did you
Oh,
see the
the
one?
Sun- is it called
so
Sun
excellent.
something? What's it called?
I can't remember. Sunburn or something, but it was just gorgeous. It was him bringing his daughter
Connor told
away.
me to watch that movie.
So
and it
good.
actually so good.
Did you go away
It
at
was
those
so good.
times? It was probably the noughties in Ireland and go to Spain or wherever. And did you ever sit on a sun chair or in a restaurant at night and look across at the families of 3 kids or 2 kids and the husband and wife and whether they were happy or unhappy or masking or whatever? And did you go, oh, pang?
Oh
Or
my
did
God,
you not?
all the time?
You did?
Yeah. It's only honestly in the later years that Connor was a bit older that I didn't feel that.
That
but
you
I
appreciated
definitely
what you
did.
had.
100%. Like, I definitely felt that pang a lot. And actually more so sometimes when my mom was with me, I was like, oh, I'm here with my mom and everyone else is here with their partner, So that was definitely always hard. Yeah, for sure. But definitely as I got older, that definitely left me. And as I got older, it left me too,
Did you work throughout his childhood or did you
Oh, yeah.
get finance? So you had to work throughout?
Yeah.
What did you do, Carol?
I actually worked in DBS, the college, for like 9 years.
Wow.
I started as a receptionist and then I was like a business school coordinator. Hadn't a clue what I was doing, by the way, but yeah.
You're
I was
very
doing that for-
organised. I can see you doing that kind of a job. You are very organised.
I'm the most
Oh, I
organised person
I
you'll
feel
ever
like
meet in your
you're
whole life.
super- Oh.
Oh my God.
You're doing a
Everyone's
good
gonna
job
laugh
with
when they
that.
hear you say that.
God, that's so funny.
But then I worked in Reynard's for years as well.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I
you've
worked
worked
in
in a few,
Reynard's.
and you
Yeah.
worked in house.
And I worked in house. I worked in house for
And
like
what
10
did you
years.
Reynard's front house?
Yeah, it was like a host type of thing.
Amazing.
But then
I met
house,
my
obviously.
husband in Reynard's.
No way.
I hope you didn't see that night. Were you there? Can I give you the year? Can I give you the year?
Yeah, give me
I'm
the year.
anxious about this. 2008.
No, I wouldn't have been there.
Why? What were you doing?
I think I was there from
You
like
had a life. It was a pretty dodgy night. I'm not gonna lie.
there was actually so many dodgy nights.
God,
in there.
that place.
That place
That's
was
not a good vibe.
absolutely
I think it's
bananas.
good. We went to Library Street. You know that restaurant? It's this really lovely restaurant. It's
Yeah.
opposite it. And I looked across and I went, it's a good thing it closed.
Oh my god, it was absolutely mental.
It's a bit gross what went on.
It was like you wouldn't even say actually what went on.
No, you would not
because,
say.
yeah.
It's a different time, guys. Now
And
everything's very PC.
we were actually told not to,
Ready vodka, Red Bull Ready vodka. I don't know. You just have 6, and you didn't know you're. Yeah, it was not. I'm not.
even
It's not
the
a good
clothes you had
time.
to wear, like the
Oh
clothes the
my
hostesses had to wear. You had
God.
to wear we had to wear like knee boots and
Oh, it's horrendous. And my husband tells people, I'm like, that's not a fact. He's like, I met her. She was in her bra and a skirt. I'm like, that was a top. But thank you. And I'm like, don't say
clarify,
to your
I never wore a
auntie
bra,
and
but I did
granny,
wear-
like, so it was an actual top. It was midriff top. Oh, horrendous. I can't talk about
God,
it. I was
awful.
24, those different times. Anywho, so you worked your bum off. How did you find navigating? Did you have a lot of help from moms, brothers?
yeah, I did. I worked in DBS and then I did Reynard's at night time. I did that for a few years, and then I
Hard.
just got too much. So I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And then house was obviously a huge chapter in my life. Like I'm still with house. Obviously. I'm still a big part
House
of
is
house.
brilliant.
I love house. I love working for that group in general. Like it's definitely has been a great part of my life, to be honest. So 10 years I'm there.
Like a
so-
family.
Yeah, for sure. Like I love being a part of that group. So yeah, they were probably
Were you
my
always
two-
worried about money?
Yeah, always.
Are you one of those people that is a bit like easy come, easy go, money comes and goes? Or were you
I'm
always...
disastrous with money.
Okay, so you were always
Absolutely
worried about money.
disastrous, Yeah. Well, I just don't know. I just, like what we were talking about earlier, like I'm just clueless when it comes to money. I'm like, oh, it's fine. But it all adds up. Like if you're to actually sit down and add up what you spend day to day, like it's probably a fortune.
Let's not talk about that.
It's too depressing.
But do you worry, like, were you raised in a family where it's like, mind your pennies, blah, blah, blah? Or were you just a bit like, pay for what you do, go on your trip, enjoy your life?
Yeah,
like, what
I'm
kind
a
of
bit
vibe?
like that, yeah.
I'm a bit like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't be in debt or broke. But
No.
enjoy your bloody life.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, there is
Actually,
not
what's the
hundreds of
point?
thousands in any account saved for me. There
Oh
is
my
not a
God,
huge
not at all.
pension. But I enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you should, because like, not to be like doom and
Morbid,
gloom, but, like,
but who knows?
You
Yeah,
never
who
know.
knows?
You know, it's like you have to enjoy your life too. So
You're a bit of an old catcheroonies. Were you very lucky in love throughout his childhood, or did you stay away from dating because you were like, I have a little boy, I don't want to?
No, I
like,
didn't.
Did you not date?
No.
Aw,
Well, I
was
did. I
that
mean,
a-
there was a couple of people that I had.
Was that a choice? You didn't want to introduce Connor to them, or is that?
Do you know what it is? Like, it's so rare you meet someone that like you have an actual real connection with. It is actually very rare. If people are really honest, it is true. Like, it's hard to meet someone they have that real spark with and that real connection with. And you know, there's probably a couple of people in my life that I say I had it with. You know,
I think there's only 2 or 3 people in. If anyone, people say, "Oh, you've fallen out of love," or "You've loads of lover." I think in life there are like probably maybe 2 or 3
I
that you
agree.
love. I don't think there's that many. People are
I
like,
totally agree.
there's billions in the world. No,
No,
I think it's
I
really
disagree.
hard to
When
have
you
a
think
full
of all
blown.
the people you meet all the time,
100%.
every single
Hotties,
day.
non-hotties, intellectually stimulating. There's so many
Hotties,
people that.
non-hotties.
But you could meet anyone that could tick those
Yeah.
boxes. It still doesn't mean you'd have a connection.
100%, because it's just something
There is
in that person.
something.
And you know what? If I had spent 20 minutes with a person, within that 20 minutes, I'd know, I think I could like this person. Definitely, 100%. When the 20 minutes, I'm like, hell no. I'm not
Did you
gonna
do a
like
lot
this
of
person.
dating?
No, I never dated. I'm such a bad dater. Like, it's either I meet someone, I'm like, yes, or like naturally I'll just meet someone. But
So you had relationships?
I had 2 relationships.
Go on.
Both not good.
Why?
Just not good.
Why?
Didn't end great. Quite deceiving, things like that. And that definitely knocked my...
Do you fall in love? Like, are you a bit of a softie? Like you?
Oh, I'm an
Are
idiot.
you a romantic?
I'm an
So
absolute
you want a
sucker.
full hook, like in the
Yeah.
sinker, to be minded, to be loved, princessy stuff. And if it doesn't work, it's really hard.
It's not just really hard. I think, well, obviously I definitely am a bit of a sucker. Like, and when I fall in love, I fall in love.
Yeah, same.
Like, that's it. I'm in it. Like, and
Yeah,
it's hard.
I know,
like,
scary.
I can't just like
Switch it off.
switch it off. And I
No,
wish I could. And
same.
you know, everyone's like, oh, just, he's not worth it. And it's like, stop saying that. I can't just switch it
Just
off.
step
It's like,
back for a
it's
few
just
months.
hard. Like when you have that something with someone, but you know, those 2 particularly years ago were just dysfunctional, not nice, you know, not very good. Never met Connor.
They didn't?
No, definitely not.
Were you with them for a long time each?
Couple of years, yeah.
They never met Connor?
Well,
Wow,
not an
Carol, that's a
official,
huge
not an
statement.
official way. Well, because like honestly, that's the one thing that I was very, very, very adamant about was.
But your
there was
ex
no
has
one
a
coming in
wife, and
to-
I'm sure she met Connor.
Oh yeah, she's a huge part of Connor's life. Like they're great pals. They're
But
actually
he
very
had enough
much-
faith in that relationship to introduce.
Yeah, and you know what? She's
Okay, that's
just
interesting.
she's good to Connor, and
Okay.
they have a great relationship, and
Okay.
she's solid.
Fine.
She wasn't going anywhere. You know,
Fine.
so if I
You
felt,
didn't want a flaky.
No, if I felt this was going to be in any way, like honestly, just to put it bluntly, unless it was going to be a ring on my finger and this was it, and I knew they were going to be in my life and his life. For how like no one can predict the future. I'm not saying
Were
you can
these
predict the
men
future.
pissed that you didn't introduce them to your son? Was there a slight bit of like?
Definitely a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they met kind of not officially, but kind of casually.
Yeah.
But never as this is whatever.
Wow.
You know. But I did find those relationships quite hard, and they did actually take a toll on me. And the last one, that the anxiety, that's actually what triggered that for me. Was that?
So
that
all
one.
the upset and damage
Yeah,
caused
like
just
a lot
caused
of-
you to.
actually a lot of trauma, like the constant
Funny
fight
how
or
other
flight mode.
humans
It's like-
can. Yeah. Where
Yeah.
are we?
Yeah. Literally fight or
Are
flight.
we into
like-
each other still or not? Yeah.
Just
That's
the-
very
the
damaging.
constant, like, oh.
It's funny how another person that loves you can cause you such
Yeah.
emotional damage compared to the asshole who day to day is irritating. Like that person who, like a parent or a sibling or a lover,
Yeah.
can cause you more emotional
Yeah.
damage.
Well, because when you're emotionally invested, you're literally exposed. You're like everything about
So
you.
it took
is
you
gonna
ages
be-
to get over him.
I think it took me ages to get over the situation, if that makes sense. How it ended, there was
It's just sad.
with lying and cheating and stuff like that. It was just that actually affected me more than anything. Because like the thing is, if you come out of a healthy relationship, you get over it quicker actually than you
Yeah.
do like a bad one.
Yeah.
Because you're left with like just so many unanswered questions. You're
But
arguing
you
with
do
yourself in your
realise
mind.
it's
You're
not
like,
about you.
oh, totally.
Like you do
100%.
realise if someone cheats or someone's
Oh, 100%.
hiding
Like,
stuff,
but
it's
at the
actually
time,
not about
I didn't
the person.
know that,
Yeah,
it's like
it's about
you've come so far as you get older, when you hit 40, you're like, oh, I'm so done with that shit. Like I'm so
No.
and obviously I've done like work on myself, gone to therapy, and I've done lots of stuff. So I know it's not about me, but like at the time, you actually do
Yeah, but
think it is
humans
about
are
you.
complex. They do things for various.
Of course, yeah.
Humans are
of course.
so complex. I don't
Yeah.
understand. I always thought I understood, and I was a real judger. And it's funny now. I'm a bit like nobody knows
Yeah.
what goes on. Nobody
We had
knows.
me and my friends had this conversation the other day actually that everyone's so complex. You can't see
Everyone
someone
is so complex.
You can't see someone's one thing or two things, three things. We're probably all 100
No,
different
we're a
things.
million
you know?
different things.
Yeah.
And you just don't know. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Do you want to get married and have bobos?
I definitely probably would. I know
Why
I'm
do you want
obviously
that?
42 now, but I still. Do you know what? If I'm being honest, like I think this is probably really vulnerable. I'll probably never come online after you get her said this.
Good.
But I think because I never had the family unit, I think that's probably something that I still would like to have. Maybe a little part of me now, maybe, but I'm also quite comfortable by myself, which is sometimes a bad thing. You can get too comfortable by yourself.
I
too.
think there's such a viewpoint. Like I have the 2 kids and the house and the grass is always greener when I see. That's why I asked you very vulnerable questions there. How did you feel sitting on the holiday chair and watching other couples? How do you see? Because you don't know if they're actually that functional or great, or if they're even having sex
Completely.
anymore, if they hate
Every
each other,
picture looks
right?
great
You don't
on
know
the
if he's
outside,
cheating or she's cheating.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Marriage is really complex. And then there's also the like, God, but you did it on your own, Carol, and you had no one to answer to, and what a great. And then you look and you go, gosh, isn't it great to have stability and a bit of money coming from 2 sides and a bit of. I don't know if anything is like, it's much like someone else's job. Don't know if the grass is greenner.
Yeah.
I love that you want that for you, and I hope you get whatever the happy ending should be. But I just don't know what is
Yeah.
the perfect happy
But
ending.
having said that, like that's only if I meet someone that is right for me. Like I'd rather be alone for the rest of my life than be with someone that's actually going to hurt me and damage me, because there's not a worse place on earth. Like that's the loneliest place to be on earth. Like if
so
someone's,
lonely.
if you're in a relationship,
to be in a
like
bad
that, like,
relationship, full
oh my
stop,
God,
is lonely. It's so lonely.
Like the amount of messages I get from women saying, how do you cope being single? I'm like, I cope just fine. I'm actually really
love your
happy
own
in my
company,
life. Yeah.
yeah.
And I like truly,
But you
genuinely
would
am.
like another part
Well, of course,
to enjoy
yeah.
the experience, go on
Of course,
adventures,
yeah.
and maybe have a baby.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
you
obviously
can
when
do
I'm-
that in your 40s now.
Exactly. Yeah, of course you can. Like, I mean, obviously I go out and I love being by myself and I really enjoy the time out and everything. But obviously a couple of days in, you're like, actually it'd be quite nice to go for dinner with someone. Or it'd be quite
have a
nice to like,
kiss.
or just
Have a kiss.
snuggle
That
or
is the
have a
only
whatever.
thing
Like,
you
it's
want
nice
is a
to
kiss.
have
Forget
that,
all
you
the
know?
other shit. Seriously, forget the
A
handbag
little
or
more
the
than that'd be
dinner or the.
great.
But a kiss is is it not the most
It is.
amazing thing?
It is.
A good kiss.
It really is. Like,
I
and
think
just to
about
have
that a
that
lot.
little bit of intimacy, sometimes like I definitely, but only if it's something that adds value to my
Yes,
life.
it can't just be
doesn't
for the
take
crack.
away.
Yeah, yeah.
just to be with someone or just to have a baby.
But actually,
or just
Jesus, you're on your freedom stream. Like I have a 2-year-old.
totally.
And a
Like, I'm
6-year-old.
having a great time,
He's
don't get me
20
wrong.
fucking 2. You can. Is he living
Yeah.
at home with you?
Yeah.
Okay, you live together.
Yeah.
He is a good pal of yours, or do you live quite independent lives, your son and you?
Like both. I mean, he's 22, so he goes out.
Does he find you a pain in the tits? Do you fight?
No,
Wow.
we never argue. No, we argue over stupid stuff. Like he's a boy, and sometimes they're like, just tidy up in the bathroom after yourself. But like, we never, ever, ever row. Like,
Were you strict?
No, I wasn't strict. No.
Okay.
But either is his dad. Like, we're not strict. But we never had to be strict with him. I never had to tell Connor to do his homework, never tell Connor to do anything. He's just very much just does it himself.
sounds
Like, so
gorgeous.
he is just a pet. Like, he is. He's just such a pet. But he's but no, we still do things together. Like, we'll pop into town or whatever and little things. But no. But we have the crack. We do.
Tell me about your living situation. So your dad is still with you or not?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still alive.
Yeah.
But your mom is living with you and has
Yeah.
dementia. Why did you take on the gauntlet, or is that a very private question? Like, why did you feel you had to mind your mama?
It's not really that I feel I have to mind her. I'm the only girl, first of all. And it's just, I think she probably leans on me a bit more, always did. Like, it's funny, that generation they come from, it's like they won't say boo to men for some reason. I don't know why.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Sorry, they'll talk about it in
Oh, gosh.
hushed tones,
Yeah.
and they'll bitch and they'll sit there. But when a husband or a dominant figure or a patriarch or someone is around, it's this like kowtowing thing. I had the stupidest argument recently with my own mother about a particular man in my life serving himself and men before, and I'm just very old fashioned, and I just think serve a woman first, offer a woman a drink. I don't know what it is. I just think women are such doers. Like, you can just be, it's nice to be nice.
Exactly.
I'm not asking for freaking red carpet when I walk into
Of
a place.
course.
I love a guy to open a door, Carol. I love a guy to go, do you want a drink? No, I'm actually good, but thanks.
But I think they're
But
like
it's
the bare
that
minimums.
piggery of like, and I got really pissed at my mom, and because she was like, oh, stop it, he's hungry. And I was
my
like, yeah,
God,
but
that
we
would
made the
literally-
food, put out all the stuff, served everyone, there's kids here. I'm literally don't breathe for 2 seconds. And you're commending that behavior, but I know you'd bitch about if that was on the other. And I don't know what it is. It's really sad. There's such a lack of empowerment.
Oh, it's actually really, I find actually quite distressing.
It's really distressing.
I find it really distressing, especially with 5 brothers. I'm like,
No, it's really awful.
so like there's, and
were just-
I
they were
talk
just
to my
told
brothers
to,
about
like,
this,
shut the
like
fuck
they,
up.
I would do so much for my mom, like little things, day to day. Like I do so much, like things that you wouldn't even say out loud because they
No,
just
it's the
don't
mental
even-
load of horse
It's just
shit.
like,
Yeah.
it's the mental load of
Tick,
shit.
tick, tick.
It's the constant unloading on me, constant unloading. That's tiring in itself to like put up with.
Of course it is.
But I mean, if I was to say, can you not ask one of them to do it? Oh, he's been working all day. Couldn't ask. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually going to actually.
You need to look. I shared on my Instagram
I'm
last
actually
night.
gonna implode.
Daughter versus son treatment.
Oh God, it's
And
such
it was
a
about
thing.
it was
It's
such a thing. It was like, what are you wearing?
It's
God,
such a
you look
thing.
fantastic. You could be president.
Oh my
or
God.
you had too much to drink at the weekend. I hope you weren't. He's wrecked from the drink. Get him a ham sandwich. Like, it's just that. What the fuck is it?
It's not done out of like.
I don't think there's malice.
It's
in
not
that.
malice. It's
I
actually
think it's just
yeah,
generational.
It's
It's societal. It's cultural.
It's 100%
I don't
generational.
think sincerely that my mom or other women in my life are trying to say you're a stupid whore, shut up. I think it's very much. Well, maybe they are. Maybe they are. But there's just this bizarre judgment.
It's bizarre, and I find it really hard to
That's
like
awful,
sometimes.
Carol.
Like, and as much as I know, like we're talking about it, I know it's culture, I know it's generational, I get all that, but
still
it's still like,
awful.
oh my God. And even with
And
Connor,
can you
like,
say it to your mum?
oh, I do say it, but it's literally over her head.
So
like,
you kind of have taken on, you mind her in your
definitely,
home.
yeah. Now, my brothers do help. Don't get me wrong, like they do, like they'll take her appointments too, and they'll do bits and pieces. But it's the day.
And what about your dad? No.
The day to day is really hard.
And dementia?
Early stages, yeah,
How does that,
yeah.
how is that like, is it always bad? Is it sometimes bad? Like, what are you dealing with at the moment?
Some days are definitely worse than others. Like, so, oh, she doesn't mind me talking about this, but she probably will never hear it anyway. But so she's in the early stages, which is probably the toughest part. Well, I actually don't know. It's probably ignorant of me to say that, but it's tough right now because she gets so frustrated with you when you kind of say, no, that didn't happen, or that isn't. No, I had to stop doing that because, you have to just kind of go along with it.
Go with it, yeah.
But she has actually gotten, if an event is coming up, say, it'll throw her out completely. She'll be totally all over the place then for a day. So she's coming or going, and she'll just be all over the place. But Some days are good, but most days now she's just very much lose her wallet, lose her keys, just will ask you the same question over and over and over again, text you 1,000 times. Just things like that are just constant.
That is so emotionally, like, if you break that down, you've literally brought up a son single-handed. I know that your ex was brilliant and is brilliant, but you did that and you worked like a dog throughout that, because I know what that must have looked like to work and to bring in an income and to pay. And you're now bringing up or minding your mum in a stage of her life that who knows when that'll stop. Do you sometimes just feel a bit...
Oh my God, that's why I go away by myself, honestly. Like, I don't say that online, obviously, but
do you
that's
feel
why.
sorry for women still in this country? Like, do you feel like there's just such a responsibility on us in so many ways?
I
and
do.
that we're all
I
trying to
think it's
break
very
some
much so
ceiling
there.
that isn't there?
I think it's
we're
very
never
much
going to
so
break
there.
any ceiling, right?
Never.
It's bullshit.
I really don't.
That's bullshit, right?
It is bullshit. And I think it's
we're
always
sold
going
a
to be
total fucking lie.
100%.
You're either chained to the kitchen or you're chained to a desk
Yeah.
or the bedroom. Like, I don't know if any of this is going to dissolve that easily.
I saw this actually video the
Like,
other
it's
day,
so
and
interesting when you
this-
talk about friends. Like, did your friends leave you? And I said that as a throwaway because I do remember other friends getting pregnant
Yeah.
in 6th year or falling madly in love in college, which they're entitled to do. The man also had sex with the woman. And the men would still have their university degree and go on, and the woman would have stayed home. I have a phenomenal friend who's had great success recently. She wrote a brilliant play, Michelle McMullen. I don't mind saying her name. She worked in News Talk with me, but she wrote a play called Motherland. But she was just such a great journalist. But she had to do all of that late because she was raising her son, and just the kind of stigma and all the. It's this world built for us to just be always fucking wrecked.
I mean, if you look at like men and women who have kids, a family, a standard family, if the child's sick, 9 times out of 10 it's the mother that stays home to mind.
My husband's a phenomenal father. He's, whatever I would ever say, he's a most incredible father.
Yeah.
And yet I would always be cold.
Well, because it'll always fall, and
Yeah.
no matter what people
Yeah.
say, like, and he can be the best dad in the whole world, but it will
Yes.
still automatically go to the woman. It just will. And I think that'll never
You
change.
tired from it all? Are you a bit like...
God, I'm exhausted.
Are you a
I'm actually
feminist?
Well, yeah, for sure. But like, I'm not a loud,
Yeah.
outspoken. But for sure, I am. Yeah, because I've seen it so much growing up. The way my mom would view
Men.
Yeah, like really,
And fear.
and 100%.
Isn't that terrible?
100,000,000%. Yeah.
So
it's
you're
still
not
there.
scared of men? Like, is that instilled in you or a little bit?
A little bit. I definitely probably have a little bit of fear. Like, as I said, if I was to date someone
triggered
tomorrow,
or-
I'd
yeah.
be triggered by little things for sure, without a doubt. Like, yeah, and I know them straight off. I'd be like, oh no,
Red
that's
flag.
it. That's a red flag for me.
So
Yeah.
you've instilled
So
in
obviously naturally I
Connor-
go for that red flag.
No, you date him for 4 years and then you marry him. You marry him and have 3 kids because that's what we fucking do. That's a red flag, but hey, you're really good in bed and you have a lovely mole on your
That's
left
a
forehead.
fabulous red flag. Oh, I love
That's
that.
a fucking. I like how you look in that shirt. It's fucked up shit. It's true though, right? There's a red flag, but I'll take it.
Oh God.
And
so
I'll
bad.
fly that flag to Shitsville. But give me green flags and there's nothing more off-putting. There's nothing sexy about a green flag.
I'm not gonna do you green flag. Oh no, you're far too healthy for me.
You're
No.
mentally quite sound. And your penis is normal. You don't have an STD and 3 X's in China. Like, what is it though? It's fucking awful.
Oh God.
But you've
I'm actually
instilled...
gonna book therapy after this. I think
Sorry,
I'm
this
more about
is
myself.
therapy.
Actually.
Is this instilled in Connor not to be an asshole boyfriend? Does he have a girlfriend?
Oh, he's really the opposite. Sometimes I'm like, Connor, that's far too nice.
Yeah, be a dick. No, but is he just sound because of it?
He's honestly so good. He really is but then his dad is such a gent, and he always was. Like, so.
Do you hang out with his dad?
No,
You don't
definitely
have that
not.
relationship?
No, we
No.
don't. And that's more than okay, Like, we've come so far, like, it's 20 odd years.
Does he have a family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are
he's 2
they
kids.
integrated with Connor a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit?
very much. They're only around the corner. So yeah, very much. So I'm very lucky, that I have that. But no, we don't, hang out together. And that's fine. Like, that's just.
Talk to me about your career. Like, we do watch you and it is a bit of a weird one. It's just such a voyeuristic ride, isn't it? Instagram and TikTok. Like, I'm not really on TikTok, I'm not going to pretend. But you are creating content, right? And people are like, ooh, it's tricky, it's exhausting, it's long. You've to edit, cut, make the thing look good. Thing arrives, may not like it. So you're basically a fashion kind of influencer model. Like, you're basically being sent beautiful items from fashion houses and you're modelling it effectively and kind of reaping any benefits from that. How do you find it? Do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Are you exhausted?
Probably all of the above.
How long have you been doing it?
Probably Probably 6 years now, I'd say. No, probably more. Probably about 6
More,
or 7
I think
years.
more, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, because it must have been 6 years ago when I was,
yeah. And you were fully throttle.
Yeah, probably more actually. Maybe it's about 8 years now, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. But definitely probably only full time, I'd say the last 4 or 5 years.
How did you fall into it? You just loved clothes and you
I
just...
actually fell into it when I was working in house, because I used to host the door.
Yeah.
I just take pictures of my outfits.
Your outfits, yeah.
And it kind of just snowballed from there.
And
really,
what
to be
people are
honest.
like, where'd you get that?
Yeah, where'd you get that? Little things. And I kind of sparked off and thinking, maybe I could do this. And I kind of gave it a bit of a go. And then during COVID, actually, it kind of grew a good bit. Me and Connor doing the chats and stuff. So I actually hit 100K in COVID times. And then last year, I kind of went hell for leather again and grew a bit more.
And brands just love you. They want to work with you.
Like I am very lucky, I have to say, Rebecca. Like I'm so lucky that I work with the brands that I work with. Dream come true, like really is. But
what's your favourite thing about it?
Obviously, last year working with Ferry was a pinch me moment for sure. Like that was fantastic to have my own line and stuff. So
Go on, tell us about it.
that was honestly the best, like peak of my career. So yeah, that was amazing.
What was the line? What did you have?
It was a party wear line. So it was last October we did it.
I bet it flew off the shelves.
It did really well. Yeah, it did really well.
Well
So-
done you. Do you want
Yeah,
to do more of that?
Definitely. Yeah.
Would you like to
100%.
have your own? Would you like, what is the dream? Like,
I
what,
think the goal would definitely be to do my own down the line. But what I do, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it'd be like party wear, because that's kind of what I'm known for, you know.
but yet you're super gorge cash. Like you've got
I
all
never
the...
post casual outfits.
Oh my God, I love you, Cash.
Oh my God, that's so
It's
funny.
funny, I
Never
see you a
post
lot in
casual.
party and the dressy stuff, and I get like wedding inspo and all that kind of like, oh, attending an event. But you, Cash, is super hot.
And I feel like I can't do casual. I'm always like, oh, I don't know.
No, you're very good at Cash. Were you always, was it your happy place growing up, and obviously into your 20s, 30s, fashion, was it your happy place? Do you
Definitely.
always been
Like,
fashionable?
I think because I was surrounded by boys my whole life.
This is what
it
I
was
find
like-
interesting.
it
You
was
weren't a
definitely-
tomboy?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Like, and you'd imagine, you'd think you would be, like, being around it so much, but no, not at all. I was polar opposite. I was
Girly
very
girl.
much a girl. Yeah, the whole time. Always. My own room, pink, everything pink. Like,
Cute.
yeah, mad. But I still had a bit of an edge to me, as in personality-wise, but no, fashion-wise, I definitely always loved
You have a
clothes.
great eye. You have a great way of putting things together. I love your little flick when you turn. We're going to get her to
My
do
dad
one
is actually very
outside.
stylish, funny enough.
Was he?
Yeah.
Your mom, no.
Well, that's
Kind
an
of.
insult to her, but he was.
But he was
He
what?
was more like. He would actually be the one that I'd ask, "What do you think of this?"
Stop
Yeah.
it. He was
Yeah.
well put together.
Well, no, he looks ridiculous, but in his mind, he was well put together.
Cute.
But he was very flash.
You are very
that makes
stylish,
sense.
yeah.
But yeah, he's yeah, that's funny.
You are so stylish. You're gorgeous. You're a great mama. I do think there's going to be some kind of reality show at you and Connor one day. I don't know what that looks like. I do
Oh my
hope
God,
there
that'd be
is.
hilarious. I'd love
I
that.
do. I think when he's a little bit older and he's kind of come out of his studying period and he feels happy to do that, there'll be something beautiful done. You will have your own line. And I see
love
you
that.
having great love, whether it's marriage or kids or not. I do think you're going to have a great love because you are so special. And I hope
Oh,
that
thank
for you, you don't need it.
No,
but
I
maybe
know.
red flag out of here. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
podcast.
you for having me. It was such a joy.
You're doing remarkable work with your mum. That is not easy. So
No,
just
thank
in
you.
case no one's told you today, well done for minding your mum. She can't say it now. She may never be able to, but that is the kindest thing you could ever do to the person that had you. So
very much.
you're very
Thanks for having
special.
me today.
Sponsored by Aptamil Follow-On Milk. We believe that every feed is a gift. That's why we've dedicated over 50 years to breast milk research and created Aptamil Follow-On Milk. Aptamil Follow-On Milk, your life, our science. Breastfeeding is best. Follow-on milk should be used as part of a mixed diet from 6 months. Talk to a health professional.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of A Little Birdie Told Me. And if you did, it would mean a lot to me if you could like, subscribe, and share this episode.